Families of loved ones struggling with addiction know what a challenge it can be to get the treatment that is needed. Well, here in studio with advice that could help is Peter Latondra, CEO and Director of Clinical Services of Rhode Island. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Brendan.
Welcome back. Great to see you as always. Always, important topics when you come in because we are dealing with addiction. These are serious matters that everyone is really struggling with, and you possess, over 25 years of experience within this field. And I was reading about you and reading about what it is you do, and you were explaining how families really have to come together when it comes to addiction. It's kind of everyone's issue, isn't it?
Absolutely. This is a real difficult time for a lot of families who are going through this, and sometimes they just don't know what to do. Family, in a lot of cases, they're the main support for these folks that are struggling, and a lot of times people don't realize, but they provide not just emotional support, but financial support to folks that are struggling.
And families really need to be cognizant. They need to be aware of the fact that they do possess the power. They need to feel empowered when it comes to making the lifestyle changes, to getting that help that they need, don't they? They can do this.
Absolutely, and that's a real good point. One of the first things I recommend is that people kind of stop and kind of get off the roller coaster, because a lot of the times they're riding this ride with the folks who are struggling. So if they can just stop and get off and examine the decisions, the choices that they are making concerning their loved one's treatment and their loved one's care, that's the first step. And the second thing would be to consult a professional perhaps, and then maybe come up with some options for your loved one.
And we really need to realize that this is a team effort. When someone is struggling with addiction, when they are going through this, they are not alone. They may feel isolated. They may feel they're on an island by themselves, but when coming together, we can move mountains, can't we?
Absolutely, and it affects everybody in the system. Everybody who comes into contact with a person who's struggling is affected. So they need to be a part of that healing process as well.
What is one of the biggest struggles that someone who is battling this addiction possesses when it comes to reaching out and going after the help? Do they feel embarrassed? Do they feel it's just an uphill battle, I can't win? Is there something that is really at the crux of this?
There's so much shame and guilt that folks usually come in with when they have an addiction problem, because there's a lot of stigma attached to it, and they've tried and maybe they can't seem to get what they need. But I have to say, a lot of folks, when they're in the throes of their addiction, they're not thinking about recovery. They're thinking about existing and getting by and not feeling miserable.
And you offer a support group, which is a great first step.
Absolutely. We have a friends and family group that's free at all of our sites. Every week, you can come in and ask questions, and you can set up intervention services for your loved one. We have 3 offices around the state. So.
Well, it's so very important, Peter, and we can't thank you enough for continuing to shed some light on this most important topic.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Always a pleasure, sir. If you'd like to reach out to Clinical Services of Rhode Island, just head on over to our website. It's rhodeshow.com.